Downflow regeneration softener valve. Downflow regeneration softener valve means that the brine flow direction in regeneration is consistent with the water flow direction in service, and both flow from top to bottom. Its working process includes service to invalid, backwash, brine and slow rinse, brine refill, fast rinse and return to service. During service, raw water enters the valve core through the inlet, passes through the top strainer into the tank, and flows from top to bottom through the resin layer to become softened water, then exits through the bottom strainer, riser pipe, valve core, and outlet. When the service flow rate drops to 0 or reaches the set time, it enters the backwash phase. Raw water enters the valve core through the inlet, goes through the riser pipe, bottom strainer into the tank, and loosens the resin layer from bottom to top, with broken resin and trapped contaminants being expelled through the top strainer and out the drain. After the backwash is completed, enter the brine and slow rinse phase. Raw water enters the control valve through the inlet, passes through the valve core into the injector inlet, quickly flows towards the injector outlet, creating a vacuum that draws brine water from the salt tank through the brine draw port into the valve core and tank, flowing from top to bottom through the resin layer, through the bottom strainer, up along the riser pipe to the valve core, and out the drain. Once the brine water is absorbed, raw water continues to enter the valve core and tank through the inlet, flows down through the resin layer, through the bottom strainer and riser pipe, and is expelled out the drain. After the brine and slow rinse is completed, it enters the brine refill phase. Part of the raw water enters the valve core through the inlet, passes through the injector, and is injected into the brine tank through the brine draw port. Another part of the raw water is directly discharged from the drainage outlet through the injector, valve body, and valve core. After the brine refill is completed, it enters the fast rinse phase. Raw water enters the valve core through the inlet, passes through the top strainer into the tank, flows from top to bottom over the resin layer, and expels the remaining brine water through the bottom strainer, riser pipe, and valve body, out the drain. After the fast rinse is completed, it returns to the service state. The downflow regeneration process is simple, easy to control, and widely applied. The Regeneration valve series has the most models of such control valves, covering flow rates from 2 to 50 cubic meter per hour. The regeneration of these valves can be triggered by two types, time type and meter type. Meter type has 4 kinds of regeneration methods can be selected, including A0 1 meter delayed, A0 2 meter immediate, A0 3 intelligent meter delayed, A0 4 intelligent meter immediate. In modes A03 and A04, the control valve can automatically calculate the cycle water production based on the hardness of the inlet raw water, resin volume, and regeneration coefficient, making it more precise and intelligent. With a signal output port that can be used to control external solenoid valves, ball valves or pumps. It features an interlock port to prevent multiple control valves in the system from regenerating or flushing simultaneously. It also has a remote control port that can receive external signals to achieve automatic or remote control of the valve. Additionally, it includes a pressure relief port for controlling the bypass pressure of the incoming water. Customized RS485 port can be connected to PLC and other devices to achieve remote control. The application of these ports can be found in the port application section of the Regeneration automatic control valve. The display mode of automatic softener valve is different, divided into LED display, LCD display, and digital tube display control valve. Among them, LED display softener valves come in many models and cover a flow rate range of 2 to 50 cubic meter per hour. The main models for 2 to 5 cubic meter per hour include F65B, F65G, F117A, F63B, F63C, F63G, F63I, F116A, F130A, etc., with options for hard water bypass and no hard water bypass. Models for 8 to 50 include F133A, N74A, N74B, F99A, N77A, F95A, F111A, F112A, and F96A. Below are a few representative models of LED display softener valves. In 2018, to meet the needs of American users, Regeneration developed the downflow regeneration softener valve F130 based on the upflow regeneration softener valve F92. The external control valve is used to control brine draw and brine refill, achieving a larger water flow rate. Under a pressure drop of 1 bar, the flow rate can reach 5.4 cubic meter per hour. The F130 circuit board has a reserved port for ball valve connection, which can be matched with Regeneration 3-way ball valve to achieve a 1-in-use 1 standby function. The program can query the maximum flow rate of the last 7 days and the number of regeneration that have occurred, and it has 6 regeneration modes to choose from. Models for 8 to 10 cubic meter per hour include F133A, N74A and N74B. F133A has a reserved pressure gauge interface, and N74B comes with 4-inch side-mounted connectors, which can be installed either top-mounted or side-mounted. The 15 cubic meter per hour F99A consists of a main valve and a ball valve. Main valve controls service, backwash and fast rinse, and the ball valve controls brine draw and brine refill. With 4-inch side-mounted connectors, which can be installed either top-mounted or side-mounted. LED display downflow softener valves also include the dual-valve core structure and the piston-type structure. For detailed introduction, please refer to the dual-core structure softener valve and piston structure softener valve. LCD display softener valves are primarily used in residential softeners and offer multiple language options. The parameter settings are divided into foreground and background to prevent end users from accidental operations. Users only need to set basic parameters on the front end, such as the current time, raw water hardness, and regeneration triggering time. Other parameters like backwash time, brine and slow rinse time, and fast rinse time are set by professionals in the background. The control valve can automatically calculate the cycle water treatment capacity based on the user's input of raw water hardness, resin volume, and regeneration volume, making operation convenient. The F65D and F63D are 2 to 4 cubic meter per hour LCD display residential downflow regeneration softener valves. The display panel can be either built-in or external, and they offer a choice between mechanical buttons or touch buttons to suit different residential softeners. These models can be equipped with a chlorination device that generates chlorine gas through the electrolysis of brine water to disinfect the resin tank. The F63D model is available with or without a hard water bypass. The control valves displayed on digital tubes include P-series and Q-series. For specific details, please refer to the introduction of the digital display control valve in the automatic filter valve section. Regeneration automatic softener valves are widely used in the field of water treatment around the world, and their excellent performance has been recognized by users worldwide. According to different user needs, Regeneration can also provide OEM and ODM services.